Alright then, the other day I was round at my uni house picking up a few things, and while I was there I saw this book right here, Turning the Tables, the story of Extreme Championship Wrestling by John Lister. Now, when I saw it I was pretty surprised because I'd forgotten all about this book. I forgot I had it, I forgot I'd bought it, I forgot it even existed, I forgot I'd read it, you know, I forgot all about this book. When I saw it I was like, wow, yeah, it exists, wow. So yeah, I thought I'd bring it back with me and I'd review it for you all. So yeah, here we go. I've lost my notes that I used to talk about books, so I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a brief review of it. I'll start with what it says in the back. ECW was the upstart promotion which revolutionised professional wrestling industry. Turning the Tables is the first published history of the company, which grew from a run-down bingo hall to become a national pay-per-view competitor, then crashed in a sea of debt. John Lister gives an independent, objective and informative account that reveals hidden secrets and shatters common myths. From a little-known truth about ECW's most famous feud to a blow-by-blow account of what really happened in Revere. This book will give you the true story behind America's most controversial wrestling group, and it pretty much does exactly what it says on the back. I was going to say on the tin, but some Americans might not get that reference, so it does exactly what it says on the back. It gives you a lot of information, and I've never heard anybody speak negatively about this book, but like I said, I'd forgotten all about this book, so if someone had spoken negatively about it, I probably just forgot all about it and thought, never heard of that book. But yeah, I've had this about 9 months and I read it about over 6 months ago, I'm guessing, but it was a really good read and I did really enjoy it, and I'm guessing everything in here that is in here is historically correct, because I've never disputed anything in there. How can I explain it? I've never seen anything as to the contrary of what it says in this book, so I've never proved that it's lied at any point. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's very well researched, very well written out as well. It's quite easy to read. The writing's an okay size. It's not too small, it's not too big, so you can flick through the pages quite quickly. I remember I read the chapter on the mass transit incident in about 5 minutes. Reread it on the train on the way back to Bolton the other 2 days ago. So yeah, it is a really interesting book. Now, if I were you guys sitting at home thinking, I want to buy a wrestling book, but I've read all the ones he said already and I'm not interested in ECW, then personally, I'm not a massive fan of ECW. I wasn't watching it back in the day because I was too young, and now I can respect its significance in the industry, but I'm not really a big fan of watching their old tapes, because I don't think their old tapes are as good as WWF and WCW's old tapes, in my opinion. They do have some good stuff, but it's all, how can I explain it? All their stuff is sort of relative to the time, whereas when I watch WWE's, I just get a massive nostalgia boost and burst. Do you know what I mean? With this, it's like it probably was better back then when it was fresh, whereas the WWE stuff always gets better with time, in my opinion. So yeah, if I was you guys and I want to read a book and I want to buy a book, I would seriously buy this book. It cost me £8.99, and in America it's $15.99. So it's not an expensive book by any means. It's a cheap book and it is thoroughly entertaining. There's probably no point I was ever reading this book thinking this is boring, I just can't wait for it to end. This is one of those books that you read, and while you're reading it you think, no, I just want this book to go on forever, because I don't want to get to the end of it. Do you know what I mean? If for those of you who read regularly, you know what I mean. If I was going to rate this book out of 10, I'd give it probably about an 8 out of 10. I really do rate this book. This is a really good book, but like I said, because I wasn't around at the time as a fan, I'm not too sure how correct the book is. I presume it is 100%, well not 100%, but I presume it is quite correct, but above 90% of the stuff in there is legit. But then again, how could I ever know? I wasn't even in ECW, was I? So no proof for me, basically. If I was you guys, I'd buy it. If I was you guys, I'd definitely read it, because this is very much worth a read, and I've rambled and bambled and whatever, gone on for too long, so I'm going to let you all get back to your day-to-day lives, or watching other people's YouTube videos or whatever, because this one's pretty boring, isn't it? I'm going to get away. So yeah, see you later, thanks for watching, bye.